Now we're live again. Oh, I think we're live, and we have an excellent connection. And I'm going to go ahead and put our mugs up there as soon as we see it, and then I'm going to hit the button.
Ooh, it took it off.
Yeah, it's because I shut that one down because it was no good. Our mugs up there. Okay. Here we go. You ready to do this? Our
I'm always ready.
faces are there now.
Ooh.
If anybody can hear us, let us know. If anybody's out there and can hear it, I'm going to hit the button over here, and then we're going to do the thing.
That thing?
If I can ever get my show notes up.
I thought you were going to say you're something else. Get your shit together. That keeps popping up when I click on it, though.
Okay, have I started recording? I haven't started recording. No SD card. You got an SD card? Not micro, but full size. Can you get it?
Yeah, no. That's for dramatic effect.
I can grab it and put it right on my computer before we stand by, everybody.
How much
Thank you, Ted.
space does that usually use?
Not much at all.
This is 32 gigs.
That's gonna be plenty. Oh my
But there's
God.
probably 1,000 plus photos on there. Is that other one full?
No, it's just it doesn't like an adapter.
Oh, you got micro.
Well, yeah, because I left my other one at home. Okay, now we're recording. Okay. Yeah, Zach, sorry about that. We had 2 live streams going, and one was set as private, and I had to shut that one down and start all over again.
You have
So
to shut her down.
that's why we're here, and we had all sorts of audio issues here this morning. Gee, Joey,
You had a seltzer too.
I hit my head is what the problem is.
See, but I keep clicking live, and I keep the 2 minutes and 7 seconds.
I don't know. Try to get a different one.
I went incognito.
Try to get a different one. We won't worry about that because Ted can see us and Zach can see us, and so I feel like we're okay.
All right.
So as soon as I get my show notes come up,
There's 3 watching.
are you ready?
Oh, there we are.
You ready?
It's born ready.
Hi everybody, I'm Brian.
I'm Joey.
Welcome to episode 93 of Mid-Atlantic Gravel Travel and Dirt. Let's sound so enthusiastic over there.
I just
You
thought
took
I'd
all
check.
your hats off and your face shield and everything.
Oh, sorry.
Now I'm exposed. Where's your face shield? Put your face shield back on.
Yeah, but I feel like people can't hear. I keep talking to them.
You have
Okay.
the mic under
I'll go
your
like this.
shield. Come along, everybody. Spend the next hour or so with Joey and I talking about gravel bikes, adventure biking, bike packing, bike camping, Joey's headwear, and just playing bikes. So we are back in person. Joey is no COVID. He's
I
COVID.
ravished you with the COVID.
You are COVID free.
Well,
Well,
it was last week. I don't know about this week.
as much as we all can say we're COVID free, you're COVID free. I think is the point, right? Right?
Yeah. Where
I'm
am I?
okay with it.
You know how many people? Am I one of those people? Because I was really sick in February. Oh, I already had COVID.
Yep.
I never got an antibody test, though.
Yes, Zach, we got your ride report. That's going to be coming up here a little bit later. Thank you for that, buddy. Appreciate that. So what have you been up to, Joey? What do we have to drink tonight?
I have a Sierra Nevada hazy little thing IPA.
I've still got the lime seltzer. Are you free to get to the refrigerator?
Yeah, what do you want? Oktoberfest? Do you want a peanut butter chocolate stout thing?
Oh, peanut butter chocolate. Yeah, is it that porter, that dishwasher?
No, it's the Left Hand Brewery.
Oh, yeah.
Chocolate peanut.
Yeah. I'll try that. So in just a second here, I'm going to be drinking something tasty and delicious. I'll have it in a can. No, I'll have it in a can. In a can is fine. Are you going to put it in a fancy glass? Y'all can't see what I can see. Joey's over there doing his little maid thing, and he's pouring me a beer. Thank you, Joey. I appreciate that. I very much appreciate that. Sorry about that. We're a little discombobulated tonight. I don't know what's going on with that, but we're there. We'll get there. Joey's got his hazy IPA. I've got my, what is this again? It's a left-hand peanut butter.
Chocolate peanut butter stout.
Chocolate peanut butter stout. Cheers to everybody that's listening and watching.
The glass is supposed to help the aroma of the hops.
Is that what it does?
No, I don't know.
What it does, though, it's very.
I feel like
fancy.
Jerry would be like, well. I'll let Jerry doesn't listen to the bike one anymore.
Clink.
Clink.
Yeah, he does. Jerry still listens, I think. I don't know. Maybe not.
Fishing.
So, Joey, what have you been up to this past week?
I'm not going to lie, a whole lot of nothing bike related other than being a slave to the bike industry.
So the whole October shutdown thing's not going well for you?
Didn't go well at all. No one took it into effect.
No. No one followed your lead?
No.
And you couldn't get any traction there?
I think Matt from up at Bike Doctor said he was all about it.
True.
I think that was about it.
I think he was just trying to get all your customers, though, because he was like, we'll convince Joey and Pack to shut down.
I know Matt's burnt out too.
If you work in the bike industry, I think you're nothing but burnt out.
Yeah. So that's about it. I mean, I rode 2 weeks ago, which has already been talked about on a podcast. That's about it.
Anything weird going on in the store? Any
Besides our COVID scare, I got a run of demo e-bikes today.
Really?
Yeah, that's part of my manual labor because I had to move all those suckers.
What do you mean, a run of demo e-bikes?
Medium, large, extra, 2 mediums, a large, and an extra large demo Levo SL.
Okay, so you got some demo bikes to sell.
Bike to people to try out.
Oh, you got demo.
Like they're ours. Like we're not doing
Okay.
a demo day. It's like, I want to go try this for the weekend.
That's what I was trying to figure out. I was trying to figure out if you got demo bikes that were demo bikes somewhere else, and now
No,
you
these
can
are
sell
brand
them,
new.
or you got bikes that you can actually provide.
The only
people
difference
to
between
demo.
them and regular bikes
is
is we call them demo bike.
Okay.
No, they're 100%. He said we decided to do a demo program. So I just picked 3 bikes that were 4 bikes, maybe 5 in stock. That's all.
So
they're no different. It's just I bought them as demo bikes.
Okay, so if you bought them as demo bikes, does that mean they have to be available in the shop for people to demo,
Yep.
or if somebody walked in and said, "I want to buy this bike," they can walk out the door with it?
I like to keep them as demos
Okay.
for a year, for like till next year.
Okay.
So if someone wants one, I'll just order them one.
Okay.
The point of it, e-bikes, you have to. There's very few people that come in that already haven't done way more research than I know, or haven't tried one before. There's no just me talking someone into an e-bike. Basically, you got to get on it, try it.
You got to get on.
There's
try
too
it.
many misconceptions. They got such a bad rap. These are called Levo SLs.
Mhm.
So Levo SL, it's basically a stumpy with a motor, travel-wise stump jumper.
Okay.
It's a similar style bike versus a regular Levo, which is the full powered everything. The Levo SL, I guess the best way to put that, Levo SL is half power of a normal Levo. It is more realistic of a regular bike. It's about half of the output versus a regular Levo. It's like 10 pounds lighter. Has a different battery. Like everything's different about it.
So smaller battery.
It's for people like you and me.
Okay.
Just a little bit more. When you need just a little bit more,
Okay.
you can still maneuver the bike. Because the regular Levo I rode for a couple years ago, and I think it was fun, but it was heavy.
Oh yeah.
And there's many times where you want to ride it 100%, but it also gets you in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Whereas the SL makes a lot of sense for someone like me.
Okay.
Well, maybe I might need a little bit more normally.
So it's almost like it's giving you just a little boost.
Yeah.
But
And it's light. You can still maneuver the bike. It's giving you just enough power.
so what happens when the battery on that is gone? Is it still a pleasant experience riding that bike?
Well,
since
it's a lot
little bit
easier to
lighter?
push around than...
It's a lot easier to push.
Well, riding-wise, it feels somewhat normal. The really cool thing about those is they're kind of expensive.
Okay.
But it's about the size of they're kind of expensive, but what's kind of expensive but cool is you can get a battery pack. I think it's like $600. It's a range extender.
Okay.
It's a full other battery that you can plug in while you're riding.
What's that bike cost total?
I think they start at like $4,000 or $37,000,
Wow.
which is pretty good.
Wow, it's still a lot of
I
money.
got one that's on demo that's like $9,000.
So it's a mountain bike.
Oh yeah, it's a full suspension.
It's a full suspension mountain
tried
bike with a
to
motor.
get-
Okay.
Some road bikes too, the Creos, but I was only limited to the SL program.
Okay.
I don't know. I still want to get Creos for demos, but mainly so I can ride them.
Yeah, that's an expensive proposition. You can take it to the post office and all your little errands.
We
Little
ride
basket.
with we had that one Como, sorry. Como, the cruiser.
Okay.
We put a lot of miles in that one before we sold it. People tried it out. I always took it to the post office. We had pizza rack on it.
Mm-hmm.
These you obviously can't, but they're cool. But all these new ones, the SL versions, are different. Everything inside and the battery. So we did an SRX Creo last week, which is like $14,000 or something. It's
Okay.
ridiculous.
Okay.
That one came with the range extender, but it came with a plastic water bottle cage, which sucks for a $14,000 bike.
Yeah, seriously.
But the range extender looks like a water bottle, and you can plug it in. And then all these bikes have what's called Mission Control app.
Mm-hmm.
So you could set all the stuff for the bike ahead of time. You can set your range, you can set your distance.
You can tell
put
it
your trip on it.
how far you want to be able to go, and then it'll limit the battery output.
And then I could hook up both batteries. I can either have it drain one first and the other second, or I could have it split. I could have it pull from, like, it's really cool. They've thought about it.
That beer is so good. Left hand really knows what they're doing.
I'm right-handed, though.
I don't care. They really know what they're doing when it comes to brewing beer. Wow, that's good. That is just delicious.
I forgot to get Rusty Rail beer.
Oh, we need to do that. We need to do that.
We'll just do that anyway.
So for me, I'm gonna be honest with you, I was a little bummed this weekend watching all the people doing the Unpaved thing.
There was a lot of posts all over.
Yeah,
I forgot.
Shout outs to Ted for getting the job done. Shout outs
Ted
to
King?
No, Theodore. Ted King didn't ride Unpaved this year. It was too much for him last year, I think. And Larry got it done. I know Larry was a little nervous going in. Larry and I talked a lot.
I don't know why Larry's nervous.
He's a beast, and
That's like you. You were like, can I do it?
well, until you actually go do something like
No,
that, you don't know. I don't know.
You are 100% fine.
Yeah.
Don't be down on yourself. I'm here to cheer you up.
I
You and Larry shouldn't be the type of people that should second guess. Oh, I don't know if I can go do it.
kind of really was hoping to be
You and
there.
Larry would have rode together and been 100% fine,
Yeah.
shoving down Swedish fish and whatever else Larry can
I saw
like pull up like a raccoon.
Billy Bike Expo Mark was talking about all the food he ate and how his nutrition plan went out the window, and it was just like, give me whatever Fritos, Doritos, candy, whatever they had.
The only thing I'm sad about, other than not being in the condition to ride, I didn't realize all the people I knew that were there.
I know
That I wanted to see, like
I know.
Mark and a couple. What's his name from EL Velo?
Yep. Tanya and that whole Rock group was there, and
what did I call it? Yeah, that's his Instagram name. What's his name that we rode with last year? Me and Wes, and we promised him a beer.
I don't remember. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
It's a cool thing.
Just
Anyway,
a bunch of people.
I was like,
I know. But hey, 2020, it's a weird thing. We're getting through it. We're getting by it. We're going to do fun stuff in 2021.
although I think we should set a date to go up there for a weekend. Maybe not in a couple weeks. I need to.
I am dying.
I know you're dying to get away.
I am dying to do something, go somewhere, do something.
I'd like to go up to
Anything.
Mifflinburg and split a couple days of riding.
Theodore, you are king of Teds. King of Teds is Theodore. Don't let anybody tell you any different, buddy. There in the chat.
Did Ted split it or he go one shot?
I think he did one shot. Ted, chime in. You did one shot, or did you split it up? I think he still camped, but I think he may have done the 120.
Oh,
in one shot. I don't know. Anyway, we'll hear from Ted here in just a minute. He split it. He said he split it in the chat.
but still, sometimes I think splitting's worse because man, look on this day, look what popped up.
Probably your Unpaved stuff. Oh, see.
Oh, they made a video. The new iOS update.
Now that's not doing anybody any good on the live stream or on the.
Look at us.
Yeah, Ted.
I'm gonna repost all these.
I didn't get the novel, but I did get the video. But I just ran out of time today, and I didn't get to look at it or open it up. I was going to actually premiere it here tonight, but maybe we'll save that for next week. Sorry about that, buddy. Yeah, I really wish I'd been there, and we need to do something, even if it's just going up to do an overnight on the canal or anything, Joey.
Well, I'm still game for an overnight. I think we should actually.
We are going to
do that in a couple of weeks.
We're going to get weathered out here in like a week or two.
What do you mean? Cold?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm fine sleeping in the same tent as you. Sleeping bag, actually.
That'll keep us warm.
Look at Brian. You're probably a little buzzed here.
Yeah, a little bit. You say? You think?
Yeah. Well,
you think? So we did get an email, and Zach, this is where you come in. I did get this, and I want to go through it because we asked for event recaps, and Zach sent us a event recap from Keystone Gravel, and I'm just going to run right through it. And Joe, you can chime in and comment anytime you want.
So I'm going through the unpaved pictures.
You've asked for a race report in recent podcasts. What are you looking for? I was aiming to give a race report for Keystone Gravel, but wasn't sure how to contact, and until I saw the contact here, wasn't sure if you guys checked Instagram, if I use that. It's really hard to keep all the places in line, honestly. So, contact us through the contact form.
It was in the parlor.
Contact us through the contact form on the website. But honestly, race reports are best, and this is actually really good, but race reports are best if you call in, 410-231-3850. Leave a voicemail with your race report, and we'd love to play that stuff. So he drove up from Maryland. So I drove up from Maryland for Keystone Gravel for car camping, which I think was a great way that they did that. They have a huge field and had a quick COVID process by checking temperatures and providing a wristband to show person was checked. I did not know they were doing that. That's actually really smart. So they were doing the COVID checks, and they were doing the COVID checks ahead of time as people were coming in, and then you got a wristband apparently to show you that everybody that you were checked. The check-in process was friendly and mellow due to arriving the day before. I can imagine if you came up and tried to do all that stuff day of, it would have been a nightmare. I really enjoyed the event. Featured a Vista ride to enjoy scouting out the area, which included an optional beautiful view, but had the primary goal of a stunning view off a cliff edge to enjoy the sunset. And he sent a Strava link to the route that he did for the Vista ride, which I will put on the show notes. Further goes on. So the event features car camping, so you can bring your tent for an easy overnight as well as the night of the event to avoid an exhausted drive home. They had food for the weekend. I like the car camping thing for stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
I just sleep in my car.
When are you going to do one of those Jerry truck things with a rooftop tent and all? You got Tacoma.
No, I don't know if I'm going to do that.
There's someone around here, I don't think ever actually uses it, but I always see him driving around. Yeah. I think he's got a new Ford Ranger.
Yeah, they're kind of cool.
I just mean a rooftop tent.
Morning of was a rollout whenever. So it was a as you go start as you like kind of thing. So you didn't have like a big mass start, which is kind of cool. Yep. So it did that right. It was an epic day out riding, an unrelenting climbs and teeth-rattling descents. I had to read this twice to actually follow it. The route featured 3 Category 2 climbs and 2 Category 3 climbs. So that's a lot of climbing. Mm-hmm. That's legit, like a butt ton. The climbs were lengthy on difficult terrain, often pushing the limits of what a gravel bike can do. I highly recommend the biggest tire you can fit. Well, I mean, of course. What else? Always. Always the biggest tire you can fit. After putting in a monster effort, you then had extremely long descents with washboard terrain. Most riders had to hike a bike certain sections as it simply wasn't worth the effort. I've encountered that, where it's like, I could stay on the bike, but why would I want to?
But yeah.
I could actually walk faster than I could pedal this bike, and it gives you a break. There was also a very technical single-track section with a few stream crossings that were a bit too rocky for me to tempt luck. That's smart, too. You want to push your limits, but you don't want to in an event like that. I don't think you want to make a mistake.
No, especially you break something.
Yeah. You break something on your bike, you break something on you.
Yeah. The bike's more important.
Well, sometimes. I found the course to be very similar to my experience riding Hilly Billy Roubaix without the mud pits. As always, you make great friends as you suffer through the challenges. As difficult as it was an incredible experience. And then he included his activity ride for the Strava link for the event. So I got 2 Strava links, one for the Vista ride the day up before, and then one for the event ride. I'm going to put links to both of those in the show notes. So if you want to see how Zach did on the ride, there you go, Zach. Thank you very much. That is a fantastic race report. And it's good for people like to hear how events went off. Because so many of us are not able to go because of situations we are dealing with at home, my scenario, or it's just, you don't feel that it's the right thing to do or the right time to do it, and, whatever your situation is, or the numbers limit you, or it's a distance thing. There's lots of reasons why people aren't able to make events.
So you've been in physical therapy for a month and a half?
True. I mean, stuff like that. And to hear what the event, and you did a great job of describing not only just the ride itself, but also the whole weekend, which I think is really kind of cool. So thank you, Zach. I appreciate that. Let's check the live stream, Joey. Anything going on over there?
The King Ted was talking. Ron Funkhauser said, "How is everyone tonight?" And then Joey went, hey.
You don't have to recap your own input, I don't think.
You asked.
I did. I want to give a real quick results recap of Unpaved. I saw that Dave posted this. This comes from Dave, so I'm going to read it in his voice. Congratulations to Ben Wright and Kelly Catali, the champions of the 2020 Unpaved of the Susquehanna River Valley. They took two different ways to get there. Ben won the men's race with a combined time of 2 hours and 9 minutes over the 30 miles of segments we timed. So they did like a fondo,
Yep.
where it was like timed sections. And also finished the full 120-mile course in just 7 hours and 30 minutes. Bravo. He just kept the throttle down the whole ride. That's pretty doggone fast.
Mm-hmm.
That is pretty doggone fast. Kelly Catali defended her 2019 championship with a combined time of 2 hours and 27 minutes on the time sections. She spent the day riding with the women that joined her on the podium. How cool is that?
Yep.
That is really cool. Starting and finishing together, and even had a picnic out on course.
That's the way to do it. That's why I like watching those Grindero things.
That is exactly the way to do it.
I mean, Ben might have won. I'm sure he was right, but I think he was wrong not to stop.
So he did the time sections in 2 hours and 9 minutes.
Come on, that was total like a West Comet.
I'm sorry, I was looking at the numbers.
You can hear it on repeat.
I'll hear it on repeat. And she did the time sections in 2 hours and 27 minutes. Not that big a difference. I remember last year being at the finish when Kelly came in, and she looked destroyed coming in at the end of that. I mean,
Dude, I think everyone did.
Everyone
that
was
Jeep
destroyed.
trail that almost killed Alonso, no one liked.
Yeah, but she bounced right back. I sent her a little note on Facebook saying congratulations. It's tough to defend a title like that.
Yeah.
That's hard. That's not an easy thing to do. There's a lot of pressure when you come into an event like that. And you're one of the folks, I mean, I don't feel any pressure because I don't actually race these things. But, at the same time, those folks that do, and it's a big part of who they are, more power to them, to have to go in and defend something like that, tough. So outstanding job, Ben. Outstanding job.
Theodore said the secret to Unpaved 2020 was finding Evan to get secret pierogies. See, I forgot about Evan too.
Was there, Ted? I need to know if there was bacon there.
Oh.
If he had pierogies and the bacon, how many pounds of bacon did he say that he did? Like 50 pounds of bacon at Unpaved?
50,000 pounds.
That spurred the whole. Let's see how much bacon we can put in a Nittany Mountain Works.
I'm actually don't know if I lost or gave away or threw out a couple of my Nittany bags on accident.
What do you mean?
It might be in my storage upstairs. I can't find them. I'm gonna have like two different sets, but
I'll give them back.
No, that's fine. I'm trying to think.
I don't have them.
I honestly wonder if Wes grabbed them when he left.
He may have.
I'd be pissed.
He had those really fancy purple ones for his Fargo, didn't he? Remember he got those really?
No,
fancy?
I got purple.
Ooh, maybe he's got your purple.
I
bags.
got a whole set of Coyote tan, and then I got purple for the whole city.
Huh? I don't know.
William Pack says, "What's up?" And he said, "Hey guys."
Oh, there it is. There was bacon. There was bacon everywhere. He rolled into camp as I set it up and immediately started cooking pierogies, sausage, and bacon. I mean, what? That's like heaven.
That's
like a diet. That's. I'm on the pierogi, sausage, and bacon diet.
It's a new fad. Martha Stewart's trying it out.
So I did miss Unpaved. I missed Unpaved.
Yeah. I missed the whole weekend experience.
In a big way, I did it. Miss it, but
although I saw Rich posted something the night before, and it just didn't seem the same though. And
next year's gonna be
Dave
back.
did a really good job.
Oh hell yeah!
On everything.
And don't be surprised if some of the things that he did this year because of COVID
trickle around
actually
for next year.
Carry forward. Yeah, I would not be surprised if he
do that whole grinder or time segment thing.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
Yeah. I would not be surprised because he remember when we had him on, he talked about the fact that they thought about trying that, and before
this is a good
all
year
of
to try it.
Yeah,
if it doesn't go right, you could blame it on Rona.
Blame it on COVID. Just blame everything.
I blame everything on COVID now.
I do too.
Why'd my smoke break? Corona. Why do I still not have my diverge fixed? Corona.
Corona.
I'm talking to you.
That's. I thought every time I go out.
That's another story.
Every time I go out and look at that little bike, I'm like,
just whimpering in the corner, right? It's like a dog. You just abuse.
I'm gonna fix it.
You leave it.
I'm gonna fix it.
Never fed it. Never watered it.
I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna ride it, Joey. That's what I'm gonna.
It's gonna be like a restoration project here soon.
Stop it. I think I need new chain on my Diverge. I probably need a new cassette on the Diverge. I may need in fact, I'm sorry, excuse me. I know I need a new chain and a new cassette on my Roubaix. Absolutely. They're both
You finally
good.
put chain lead on that thing?
Yeah, but it doesn't seem.
Well, we get a new chain and cassette, we can wax that bike too.
You know what? I may be the whole waxing thing.
You're not into it anymore?
Very.
When was the last time I
labor
did it?
Intense.
Yeah, but you haven't brought your crock pot over.
I know. So it is on me.
Yeah.
Well, that's what winter is for.
Yeah.
That's what winter is for. I've got all this construction going on at home, and I haven't been able to set up my trainer yet because I got nowhere to put it. Kind of a mess.
So Jess posted the other night that she wanted a Peloton again.
Mm-hmm.
And people are going, you should get a bike trainer. I was like, literally, I don't know if I posted a picture. I literally have the whole Wahoo set up. You seen it now? I got the desk, I got the fan, I got the full kicker, I got the
Have
mat.
you got the climb?
I got the climb.
Oh, man.
I don't have wheels. Yeah. They're like a poster child for Wahoo. She wants a Peloton. And her Diverge is on it.
Well, does she ever ride it?
Not this season yet.
No. Well, it's still, we're still not quite there. We've had decent weather.
I mean, Pelotons are only like $1,800. And they move it for you.
That setup with all the stuff you got there with Wahoo.
Oh, that's probably like
$4,000, $5,000.
her bike's
Oh, you
$3,500.
count
Her
the bike, too.
her carbon Diverge is on there. It's like a $6,000 setup.
Yeah. Why would you do anything different?
I'll put her single speed on there and see if she likes it.
Climb out.
Yeah, it's sitting right next to a really nice Salsa, which, but I don't know.
Got a couple of new folks that have jumped in. William Pack.
I already said that.
Oh, did you? I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Hey,
Josh Sands is on. Well, I
Yeah.
didn't say Josh. I didn't
Yeah.
see that. I
Yeah.
can't read. But yeah, Will was on.
So I have a tech tip, Joey. That's mine.
Just a tip.
No, I brought this tip to the table.
I haven't read it yet.
Okay, it is a bike packing tech tip.
All right,
All right.
let's hear it.
So you need that little extra bit of space, and you don't have the right bag. I got a solution for you. Or maybe all your bags are too big, and you just need something for maybe an overnight. I got your solution. Take any old dry sack. Okay, you know the dry sacks I'm talking about? You take a dry sack, and you want to kind of twist it upside down. And once it's packed, you take that little, the little clasp closure. What?
I always have a story.
Okay, you can give me the story. So you take the little folding clasp. So you know how with a dry bag, with a dry sack, you fold it over, and then you've got the clip that goes around.
Yep.
So you take that and you flip it upside down. You fold that down. You take that clip and you go around the seat post.
Yep.
Okay. Now you've got the bag sticking up underneath the seat.
Yep.
You just take a double-sided Velcro, wrap it around your seat rails, and wrap it around. You've got sort of like a poor man's big seat rocket, as opposed to. So you needed just that little bit of extra
As opposed
space.
to a nice Apodera bag.
I thought
It's genius.
I thought that was a really good tech tip.
No, I like it.
Okay. So you've got an instant seat bag that maybe you've got an Apodora, maybe you've got something. I got the big Revel 8, big seat tube 20-liter thing, but sometimes I don't need all that.
21.
21?
I don't know.
I think my
mine's
Revel 8
19.
picks
Anyway,
20.
that's a good idea.
I think it's just that little bit of extra, and it's a lot of times it's space you don't use. Even if you're rolling panniers and you've got something on that rack, that's something that could fit right up underneath the seat bag. Just that extra little way to tag that extra little bag right onto the bike, and it's very secure. It's very stable. You take that little double-sided Velcro and wrap it around the bag, wrap it around your seat rail, cinch it really tight, and you're good to go. So, and if it's a dry sack, everything in it should stay dry. Should stay. Do you have a story about that?
I lost 2 dry sacks in 2 days.
How'd you do that?
Remember when I went up to New York to fish on Delaware? Fly fishing wise, I got waders on, and I had my puffy jacket. It was cold, and I had my bag. Well, I put my dry bag in my waders behind my back because I wear a belt, so it doesn't I put my camera in there, my license, little things, my phone. Well, one day, the first day I lost it. I don't know what happened. It got stuck around my legs, and that thing freaking shot down the river. And I'm sitting there with all my crap in my hands. I'm like, oh, sucks.
Oh, so you didn't lose the bag's contents?
Didn't lose the contents, but I just watched this thing just. Like, oh man, that's a nice dry bag. I was like, all right, I got one more. Same thing next day.
So you didn't learn a lesson. I get all
my. Then I got all my crap that.
Well, what do you do with it? Did you just shove it in your waders?
Oh yeah, well, because I got a wader belt on, so I
Oh.
don't drown if I get sucked under like that dry bag.
Yeah.
So it's just floating around in there, and yeah. So
I think that is a fairly decent little tech tip. I've been racking my brain to come up with tech tips, and you're really good because you're a professionally trained bike mechanic, coming up with bike mechanic related.
I don't want to say I'm not, but technically I literally am.
I know.
I don't want to be.
Yeah, you're really good at what you do, and so I was trying to think. I was like, what can I come up with that's a tech tip that's maybe related to bike packing, and you see little things all the time, and that's one of the things I try to do, especially when I'm on tour with people. I look at other people's setups to try to figure out what they got going on. So sometimes that helps, and I'm pretty sure I saw that the first time I saw that was on a tour. Max, get out.
Yeah, Max, come back here.
He's okay. So that's that, and
I just didn't want him going upstairs.
that's my tech tip.
That was a genius tech tip.
I thought it was a good tech tip, but
that was some
maybe
what was that?
What's going on in Strava Club?
Not a lot. I logged in Strava the first time the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in our Strava Club though, Trevor Gibney from Lansing, Michigan. Oh, that's Dirty Chain Trevor.
Mm-hmm. Dirty Flame. Dirty Chain.
Dirty Flame. Came in at 169.7.
Nice, Trevor. Good job, buddy.
W. Taylor. I'm going to call him Willie because I don't know his first name. Willie Taylor from Bingsville.
I would know.
Brings? I can't read that far. Brings?
Brinegsville. Brinegsville?
I wear glasses. I can't see that far. PA gentleman or lady. Could be Juanita
Could be,
Taylor.
yeah, could be.
163.
Juanita starts with a J, though, not a W. Could be Wanda. W. Brinegsville. That sounds like somewhere like Dwight Schrute would live.
Yeah. Charles Phelps from maybe Virginia at 196.8.
So, we do the same thing. We always stalk them.
Yep.
Because we've done pretty good about this.
Yeah.
Of making sure that we're getting like legit people that aren't from some crazy far out place. So I went and I looked, and he didn't have where he was from, and so I just looked at a couple of his rides because they were all open, and they were all somewhere in Virginia. So
must be getting cold out or something. Daylight, because our average to break in the top 100 went down to 124.1.
That's a considerable difference. That's like 7 or 8 miles. It had been in that low 130s for a long, long, long time.
Yep.
I think it's daylight. If I had to guess.
Dark time's coming.
Yep, dark time.
I stocked up on a lot of lights at the store. Night Rider.
Yeah. Hey, tonight's a Tuesday Night Turtle, so all those folks were out there doing their Tuesday night ride.
Maxwell. We are up to 635 from 630.
Yeah, because we dropped last week.
Yep.
We went down one. We went from 631 to 630.
Yep.
And now we're back up to 635.
Yep.
Hey, if you're new in the Strava Club and you listen, give us a shout out when you join. That would be kind of cool. What's going on over here in the live stream?
Oh man, there's been some talk. Have bike roll gravel.
That's Keith. Hey,
Keith
buddy.
is on. Ted said, any thought / input into fighting leg cramping once they're already started screwing up and started a little dehydrated on a Saturday and couldn't quite play catch up? I have no idea how to do that. That's like a Celine question, I think.
I would
eat pickles.
recommend. Well, so
and get a massage.
roadside massage. The whole thing with vinegar and pickles and mustard. You know what that's really all about. And I don't want to burst anybody's bubble. It's not really anything chemical. It's all about like shutting your brain off from focusing on the part of you that's cramping.
Yep.
Into like, why would you literally eat a mouthful of mustard, or why would you do that with pickles? They actually have nothing. There's no chemical reaction going on inside your body to undo that leg cramping. So once they've already started, you got to deal with it at that point.
What you need to do is get some Floyd to Leadville CBD. That helps me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe get some THC in it. It'll really help you.
It'll really help.
Those gummies are sold next door.
So trying to trick your brain into not focusing on the cramp is one good way to do it. So the mustard, the vinegar, the pickles, all of those things like that.
There's been multiple rides where pickles and Kool-Aid, total rebound. My first century with Jessica, she about killed me. And I think we're at mile 60. And I ate like 4 pickles and 3 big cups of Kool-Aid. And, we had our first sub 5 hour century.
Wow.
Yeah.
Rocking.
I like total. I was almost green in the face. She said,
Oh,
"It's pale."
Oh.
And then pickles.
pickles.
Just tricked me. I don't know. It's that. But then you say something about the instant effect that when it
The pickle?
sour, yeah.
It's in your brain. It's
It works.
It's literally like a light switch when your brain goes, I'm focusing on these cramps in your legs,
Mhm.
and then all of a sudden you bombard your mouth with mustard.
Yeah.
Your brain just clicks off from that problem and switches over to why would you do that? So that's one trick.
Yeah.
I think the real key is to, like you said, you got to start hydrated.
You're pretty much, if you don't start the day before, you're already in a hole.
Mm-hmm.
I learned that a long time ago.
Yep.
And I think, Ted should know that, but it's just it's like a game. Because once you get in the hole, there's no getting out of it.
Yeah, you're down there, and it's time.
Yep.
And it's willpower, and it's mind over matter, and finding that thing that can kind of, you can push through the mental side of it, because it's tough. It's really tough.
Yep.
The other thing that is, we use the sport legs. I've used that a lot.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember what's in that, but popping those things. I think
ton of salt.
I think a part of that too is, though, it's when you start, like you said, and you're not in the hole. You're mentally going, I have prepared for this dehydration and the cramping and the lactic acid buildup and all these other things. I prepared ahead of time, so mentally you're that much further ahead of the game. Yeah, Ted said, lost track of time running errands and realized on the rail trail I hadn't drank anything in hours. That's tough, man. That's tough.
In the hole already. Josh Sand said tape. I think that was one of our earlier tech tips. Tape 2 nail brushes together and use as a chain cleaner.
Toothbrushes.
Yep.
Toothbrushes.
Tape 2
nail brushes. What's a nail brush?
The little...
like a manicure? Josh, do you get manicures? Nice. I like that.
I feel like if I go in for one of those, it's going to be like Dumb and Dumber when they get...
Yeah, so the idea of... I think Celine would actually have a whole lot more...
Celine would actually have a legitimate
answer, but...
I'm just going to say... I feel like multiple times Floyd's is my...
Now, when you say that, do you do that, the gummies, like... before that's a part of your lead-in, or is that something you do on the event when you're having a problem?
Well, I was only doing them for like local rides. I don't think I've done anything big with it. But generally, I haven't ridden in a while, but I would get the 100 milligram packs. It's like 10 gummies. They're 10 milligrams each. Mm-hmm. I would eat a hand. I've gotten good at. I'd probably eat about a handful, maybe like 2 or 3, an hour before I started. Mm-hmm. And then I just kept eating them throughout the ride.
So, yeah, but you maintain
But I haven't done anything long. I'm talking like most I think I did was like 40 miles. But I ate that stuff most of the time.
That cramping and the dehydration stuff can jump up and get you no matter what the distance is. If you don't,
Floyd's ain't going to fix that.
No, if you go out, I've had that happen to me. You just go out for I intend to go out and do 25, and you end up feeling good, and you end up doing 50 or 60.
Oh, yeah.
Then, like, I know we did this ahead of where we thought we were going to Croatan. Remember the three of us rode that one Saturday morning? Yeah.
But you and me just went out and did like 50 or 60 just on a, all right, let's just
keep going.
Yeah.
Just keep going.
I was hurting a little bit.
Those kind of rides can catch up with you because you're not prepped for that, headed into it, so it can be problematic.
I know when I rode a few weeks ago, it's been so long since I rode at the time, I forgot my water bottles.
I've done that before.
I did the whole average Joe. I was dying after.
Well, if there's a time of year to do that, it's this time of year. I normally carry 2 bottles when I go out to do my 30, and lately I've just been bringing 1. Just you don't need it. You don't get that cotton mouth. You don't get that dehydration. And I typically, even when I would carry 2, even in the summer, I would very seldom would I ever dip into the second, but it was always like a safety valve kind of thing.
There is some though, like I got really. Do you like cherry limeades, Sonic?
No.
Well, Noon has cherry limeade.
Mm-hmm.
When something tastes really good, I know I hydrate well because I'm going through it.
Okay.
I like a lot of Noon, like raspberry and the cherry limeade one. It's delicious. Noon's actually really easy to carry around too. Those little tubes.
I carry some of those.
Yeah.
Do they have caffeine?
Yep.
Yeah, that's
400 milligrams.
Wow.
No, I'm just kidding.
It's like 4 cups of coffee.
I think it's like 25 milligrams.
Go really, really fast. Really fast.
Takes
really,
that
really
with like
far.
17
Never
caffeinated goose.
Never going to stop. So I think I hope that kind of provided some help, Ted. I think Joey's right though. Once you're in the hole, it's tough. You know, the trick
Yep.
at that point is just tricking your brain into doing something different and to thinking something different, and also a little bit of time. And also, I know that like when I did Beach Mountain Metric, and that thing finished on that 4-kilometer climb from Banner Elk up to the top of Beach Mountain, literally the hardest thing in the world I've ever done. And I knew mentally that if I got off the bike, because I saw this happening to people, they would get into some of the switchbacks and they would say, I'm going to take a break. And they got off the bike. And you could literally watch, you're going slow enough up that hill that you, I mean, we're on like a kilometer's got legit like a 14 to 16% average grade over a full kilometer.
Yep.
You know, you're just going straight up and you're into switchbacks and you see people stop. And then watch them get off the bike and you could see their legs just immediately start to, you know, shake and quiver. And it was like, you're not getting back on that bike. You're not getting back on it. So it's a mental thing where it's like you just can't do it. You can't do it. You've got to stay mentally focused and in the zone in a time like that. So I think at that point, sometimes it's all just mental.
Yeah.
Just straight up mental.
Ron said we use Monster Hydro Water. I've actually never seen that. I
Never
do
seen that
avoid
the energy drinks.
the energy drinks,
Yeah.
and I assume it's hydro water. Like I don't know if it's like a Gatorade substance or something. The only time it's really hard with like things like Noon or little packets that I trust, especially going a longer distance. I mean, I'm sure I could go Gatorade for like an average Joe ride, but if I'm going for hours on end, I don't feel like they have the right stuff.
You can't
And a
have
lot
the
of that stuff's
sugar.
really sweet. Like you really have to water down Gatorade, and it gives you that effect on your tongue. I know a lot of people have that, and you just almost have to keep drinking, but it's not in a good way.
Yeah.
Oh my God, water with a tiny bit of. Oh God,
Is
Ron.
that your home concoction, Ron? Promoting water with a tiny bit of Monster
God,
Energy
no.
drink.
Just probably give me the
couldn't do
poops.
I couldn't do that.
That's it might. I mean, like I said, it might be good for like riding around
Hey,
locally.
whatever works for
Yeah.
you, though. Whatever works for you. So,
They
make it. They make it. Okay.
Um,
So it is a made product.
But longer stuff, when I'm going to refill, I carry the Noon chunk or tube in my bag.
Yeah, that's what I.
It's so
that's what I
small
think.
because then it's consistent and it's reliable.
And it's easy. You just drop that tablet right in the bottle of water.
Yeah.
And you're not, you know exactly what you're getting. You know how much you're getting. Same thing over and over and over again. And that's like another key is repetitive.
And there's some people that can just do whatever.
So did we get off track and not ever tell
We're
people?
always on track. I don't even know what we're talking about.
We didn't give the link to the Strava Club.
Strava.com/clubs/gravel travel dirt.
If you haven't joined it, join us. Be one of the cool kids. And join Strava Club. Push our numbers up. Our goal, Joey, is to be the largest club on Strava. I wonder what that is. It's got to be something that's got like 50,000 or
For like
60,000.
Rafa.
I don't think we're going to make it, but we can. A boy can dream. You ready for this or that?
I'm always ready for this or that.
They're simple this week. Did you look at them?
Yeah, I think we should change one.
Okay. Well, when you get to that one,
All right.
you tell me when you want to change. Would you rather do jumping jacks, Joey, or running in place?
Anything running related, I don't want to do, but I'll do jumping jacks.
You're on the live stream. I think you need to show us. You're
so
four.
I had to do these in physical therapy for my neck and back. I did these they're called angel wings. It's pretty much a jumping jack against a wall without jumping, and because you're doing this.
With just your arms, or
Yeah.
you moving your legs too? Just
No.
your arms. Just your arms.
It's a movement against the wall with that, and it opens up stuff in your back before they're trying to loosen me up.
Yeah, I can see where that would work.
I was like, you want me to do a jumping jack? The first time he's like, no.
I wouldn't do either one of these. Both look really stupid. Why would you run but not go anywhere? If you've got to run, you really shouldn't. It should be a mode of transportation and forward motion. I mean, what does that do on Strava too? I mean, jumping jacks and running in place, neither one of those are really going to get recorded well on Strava.
I mean, running itself, but
Jumping jacks. I would probably, if I had to choose, jumping jacks, because I really feel like you'd get more out of jumping jacks than you would running in place. I don't know. That's just me. And of course, If anybody over there in the live stream wants to jump in on a this or that and give us your answer, but the rule is you have to explain yourself. You cannot just give an answer. Oh, they've gone off. Will and Ted are having a conversation, a sidebar conversation over there in the chat, which is awesome. They're talking to each other about Scratch Lab.
I used to use a lot of Scratch Lab.
I know a lot of people that swear by Scratch.
I think Scratch is the one that has the hot cider in the wintertime.
Ooh, that
Put it in
sounds
an
good.
insulated bottle hot.
That actually sounds really good.
Yeah.
Scratch is one of those things that I think you've got to, don't be the first time that you try Scratch is on a big ride.
Well, that's just anything.
But I think that's one in particular. But Scratch is almost like food. It's like got all this nutritional stuff that goes along with it, and even the drinks. But I don't know that you want to try anything like that. The first time you try it is on a big ride. So train with. That's a good tip. Train with. That's going to get you
Or
there.
whatever you find on the ground.
You remember the old days of Trash
Panda?
Trash Panda.
Well, my Dirty Kansas stories.
We
Back
oughta
in the
go
day.
We ought to go back and relive some of that. One of these days I ought to take one of our original 10 or 12 episodes and release it as an episode.
I think episode 2 or 3 was good like that.
Yeah. It's complete and total rambling. We had no accountability to anyone with regard to format or
We were
quality.
sitting in the Danica Patrick room.
Yeah, just sit there, the three of us. Just I miss those days. I do. I miss those days, and I miss Wes. Wes doesn't even know we're live streaming. We've got a whole bet
I don't know
going
if Wes
on.
knows we exist anymore.
I don't know. We got a whole thing about whether or not Wes even knows that he could watch us on YouTube now, and we're uncertain if he's aware of it or not. Joey, second item, this or that, Poke Bowl or sashimi?
Poke Bowl.
Poke Bowl? Simple, easy answer for you.
I love Poke Bowls. Brought me back from the dead, that one, right?
You know how much I love it. I remember that we got back and I was like, we need to get Joey some food. And there were some people in the vehicle that did not want to take the time to stop for food. And I was like, oh, no.
It's because you're a good friend.
Joey needs food. And it was like, Poke Bowl.
Poke Bowl. But it probably tasted better because of the situation. But that Poke Bowl was good.
It was really good.
That place was awesome.
So I had a Poke Bowl at Yummy's the other day over in, where'd you tell me it was? Great Mills?
Yeah, you said Leonard Down. It's Great Mills.
It's Great Mills. And I did not realize that they put what's the red sauce called?
Sriracha?
Sriracha. So I didn't realize that they put sriracha all over the top of it. And it about lit me up. And then it about lit me up a little bit later, too. It was
The capsaicin gets around,
man, it was bad.
7-Eleven wings.
And Carrie was like, why are you still eating? I was like, it's my lunch. I have to eat it. I can't not eat
If
it.
it's hot enough, if you keep eating, it's better than taking breaks and drinking.
I was stealing food off of her plate. And it was like, I was like, oh, this is hot too. And she's like, yeah, no, it's not. It's not hot at all. So the Poke Bowl had lit me up on that end. I agree with you, though. There's nothing better. And that place that we went up
It was
in,
good. It was a good recommendation.
It was like the Chipotle of Poke Bowls.
Yeah, it was. That was perfect.
Yeah,
because they do the sushi burritos too.
You just walk down and it's like, you want this? Do you want this? Do you want this? And so you got to basically build your own. It was really good. It was really good. I can't remember the name of the place. I think it may have actually just been Poke.
I think it was.
I think it was just Poke Bowl.
Because remember we were sitting in because the Baja. I loved going to that Baja Fresh place right as you pull in to go to the NCR. That's always my stop, and we were sitting there because they shut down.
They shut down.
And we were like, oh, it's just right across the street.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Ted said sashimi with the assumption that they're using quality fish. Otherwise, anything you add overpowers the flavor.
You should do
of the
sashimi with
fish.
your rockfish.
No, that'd be a hard no. Although I was cleaning that fish today, cutting it into nice little bite-sized chunks to be.
Did you eat one?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. But that meat, it's so translucent, and it's got this weird little sheen to it when it's that fresh. He was still kicking when I was chopping him up.
Poor little fish.
That's too bad. See, now, Ted, that is the perfect way to participate. Sashimi with the assumption they're using quality fish. So he explained himself. But here's the problem with sashimi is you never actually know what you're getting. I mean, it could be...
No. Well, that's sushi. That's poke.
Yeah.
Sashimi is
True.
just a clump of rice with a piece of fish on top, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you're right. I guess you're technically right. Poke is the same thing.
I mean, you could do a roll of sashimi, and a poke with all the same fish.
But I guess I've eaten enough raw tuna that I can...
I love a nice chunk of raw tuna.
If I get bad raw tuna, I know it. You
know.
probably do too.
What'd you say?
If you got a piece of tuna
Oh yeah,
that was like
I'm a tuna
mushy, or you would know that it's not right.
yeah.
I don't think I eat enough of the other kinds of stuff that they put, like the salmon and all that other stuff, that I would really know.
Captain Smith's, it is frozen, but they have sushi grade tuna.
Mm-hmm.
Solomon's, because we used to make poke bowls at home.
Oh, that's a good idea.
It's easy.
Yeah.
The biggest thing is getting the right rice concoction.
Mm-hmm.
Making sushi rice, which is not as hard as it sounds.
So-
Yeah, you get in chunks of that, and then because then you can leave yourself a nice little hunk of just.
Uh-huh.
I see the dudes, especially down in Louisiana, doing they're fishing oil rigs. I don't know if I want to eat fish off an oil rig. There's a couple of charter services down there I follow, and there's sometimes they'll be right when they get back just cleaning the fish, and then like their dogs are addicted to it.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's good stuff right there.
Right, fresh. Sometimes they're on the boat. I don't know if that's legal.
Probably
To a point.
if you're taking a chunk of meat out of a fish, I think you're okay, as long as you can still measure it. As long as you can still measure the fish, I think you're okay with taking a piece of it out. I think. I don't know. Don't trust me. I don't have a clue. Is this the one you want to change?
Nope.
Oh, why do you want to change? Okay, we're going to go this one. Would you rather, Joey, ride a trainer or cold weather outdoors?
Cold weather outdoors.
Really?
I don't mind it. You get the right clothes. That's relative. Well,
We may have talked about this
20
before.
and above, I'm comfortable. I don't mind it. Dress appropriately.
Well, I don't like...
You were dressing up like at 50s earlier sure, when we were riding.
Yeah, because I don't like getting
Yeah, you
cold.
don't like cold.
I don't like getting cold.
Might have been 70.
And it's this time of the year that I start to look forward to the trainer. There's something about...
I want to look forward to it.
No, there's something about, like, when it's cold outside and when it's dark outside, being able to kind of, like, check into that Zwift space, and you're not having to do that. I don't like getting all dressed up. I don't like the layers and the layers and the layers and all that stuff.
I think my longest trainer ride, though, was an hour and a half. A couple times last year getting ready for Croatan. That was an hour and a half. It actually went by really fast watching The Office.
I typically...
Watched like 4 or 5 episodes, though.
When I
so
did my stupid January thing, I ended up watching a lot of movies because it was time and it was just about spinning the legs. But mostly when I'm on Zwift for training, I am zoned into the Zwift session. I'm there because I chase people. I like try to catch them and try to pass them and try to stay ahead of them.
Smack their butts as you ride by.
See people on the leaderboard, and they've got so many different options now with regards to routes. I haven't even started my Zwift in a long time.
Cold weather and something like the NCR.
Yeah.
It's just nice.
Okay.
It's a little bit cooler.
Yeah, I
Or
can
it's
do
a
that.
little bit warmer.
Yeah.
And mountain biking, I don't know.
Mountain biking in the winter used to be a fun. I used to enjoy that because it didn't seem like you had to get as dressed up. You weren't out in the wind. You were back in the woods where it typically didn't have all that. So I would get into that, but it's been a long time since I've been on my mountain bike. Ted said, Joe, you nailed it. The right clothes. First 10 minutes suck. Once you get some warmth built up with the right gear, it's not much different than just cool weather. I don't know.
It's like summer, just a little bit colder.
GTD Zwift group rides. You heard it here first. I think Ted just volunteered.
Ted volunteered. They're pretty. If it's an official group ride, they're pretty strict. So,
well, I think he's talking about let's launch a Discord channel, and everybody talk to each other, and maybe we should record a podcast one night from Zwift on Discord.
Oh, I'll put the e-bike on there.
Yep, Ted, you're in it to win it, knee deep, ankle deep into it, buddy. Okay, you want to change the last one? Why do you want to change the last one?
I don't know if you saw the news recently, but it should either be Cougar. Okay. Everyone's seen that video.
Yes, true. All right, which one should I change? The first one or the last one? I'll change the last one, the second one, to Cougar. Would you rather wrestle a bear or wrestle a cougar, Joey?
Want some nipple cream?
What?
My friend's baby shower registry's just sent it to me. I feel like there's a little bit more of a fight with a bear. Freaking, I don't want an alligator drag me underwater.
I said cougar. I changed it.
Oh, wrestle a bear.
Wrestle a bear.
Oh, still a bear.
Still a bear? Really?
Dude, cats scare the crap out of me. House cats scare me.
You've seen a bear the size of his paws and the claws that come out?
Leonardo survived. I could.
They're maybe a little bit slower.
Do you act? I mean, I feel like there's a better chance of a glitch in the bear.
The bear would get
Just-
bored
just
with you.
Scream at it. Not an alligator.
We're talking about cougar.
Cougars. Sorry.
That I literally saw that.
I feel like if I'm fighting a cougar, there's another cougar, and I used to fight a lot of cougars when I was single. Another cougar lurking in the dark that's going to come up. Never ended well.
In the dark at Ruddy Duck.
They're like, there's always a cougar lurking while the other ones get ready to attack. They work in pairs.
A bear scares me, just basically their size. But I understand a cat with a cougar, they're so quick and so fast that would scare me. And that video of
you were talking about that type of cougar?
yeah, like the cat. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. No, I know. The cougars. So in that video of that like 6 minutes being stalked, could you imagine how terrifying that would be?
Where was
Why didn't that dude bend over, pick up some rocks, and start chucking them at that thing?
Well, you did at the end.
I didn't watch.
You didn't watch all the way through?
No.
But we were talking about it today, though. Like, I almost feel like if you were to bend down and I don't know, I thought maybe that would give the cougar time to attack.
Well, I know you shouldn't run from it because then it's like, it wants to play.
Yeah.
And I think that's all the cougar really wanted to do. I think the cougar just wanted to play with his meal, play with his food.
So he did grab a rock, and it flew down the road once he threw it at it. He threw it right in front of it.
Uh-huh.
He's polite enough not to chuck it in the head, which I would have done.
I would have.
Although I dislocated my shoulder the other day throwing a piece of rebarb. I got a bad shoulder. I think I eventually will probably need rotator cuff surgery.
Stop doing things like that.
So I got to throw like Uncle Rico.
So at the end, he threw it, and did that piss the cougar off?
Oh, ran away. Ran back
away?
down the road, yeah.
So he could have ended his drama like 6 minutes and 50 seconds or 5 minutes and 50 seconds earlier if he just picked up a rock and chucked it at it.
I've been stalked by animals before. I've actually been attacked by a dog that was kind of doing something.
That's kind of scary.
So it does scare me a little bit.
That terrified me, watching that dude getting, because that's the other thing too.
Could have been his last video.
A bear, I mean, it's going to come at you. There's it's not playing with you. That cougar almost felt like it was playing with him. It was like, and then where a couple times where he ran at him.
You saw his cub behind it too, right? It was totally defending.
You know a lot more about this video than
I watched it.
Okay.
3 times.
So that's what it was? It was defending a cub?
There's a small little pootie tat behind it.
Oh, well, that explains everything. Don't mess with the wild animals' babies.
I don't think he was. It just happened to be
but
there.
But it's just is there. Is in the same space. All right, anybody got any thoughts over here?
Ted said I've been to Secrets in OC. You probably have some syphilis or something from that water. I wrestled a few cougars.
That's TMI, Ted. The wrestling with the cougars we don't need to know about.
Tony, that's like my experiences at Vera's when I was younger.
Oh God,
that's what I talk about the cougars.
Yeah, Vera's. You went to Vera's when you were younger?
I've been
to
Vera's
or Tiki
twice.
Bar?
I've only been to Tiki Bar 3 times. So I went to Vera's twice.
I've only been to the Tiki Bar a couple times.
One time, both times I went. 2 times I went to Tiki Bar. Someone got taken away in an ambulance, but the 3rd time a dude got life flighted. State police picked him, like helicopter. He got medevaced out.
Alcohol poisoning?
No, the bouncer. The guy was being pretty racist, and I think the bouncer finally was just like, all right, I think I'm able to
pummel you.
One hit his, and then knocked him cold on the ground, hit his head. He got
like
flown
me
out.
today.
Yeah, like you. Got a cougar story now for lunch.
So I would definitely. I think you chose a bear.
Yeah, I feel like eventually, like Winnie the Pooh was kind of nice.
So the only thing we disagreed on was the trainer versus cold weather outdoor riding. We both chose jumping jacks, poke bowls, and wrestling the bear.
I want to get to a point where I look forward to getting on my trainer when I get home from work.
That won't take long.
I had a small stint getting ready for Croatan last year. That was okay.
Yeah. Are we going to do Croatan this year? We're going to register for it? I think we should.
I don't know. I'll be down there this weekend. I'll be fishing out of Swansboro.
Nice.
On Saturday.
Oh, you should look Matt up. Matt, you should go see Matt.
Oh, it's just that. Well, we're getting there at like 6:30 in Swansboro from Topsail.
Mm-hmm.
We're fishing till like 5 at night.
Yeah. Oh, so you're not going there to be there.
So we'll be at my friend Dan's house in Topsail.
Okay.
Down south. It's about an hour drive up.
Well, you got to have dinner before you leave. So.
Well, I think we're doing a big boil, low country. Trying hopefully bringing home a couple redfish, some trout,
Did my
having some oysters.
my email invitation get lost or something? Is that what happened? It's okay.
Well, technically, I wasn't invited. It was
You
Jess
just-
was. It's Dan's wife's baby shower.
Ah.
So me and Dan are not going to be there for the baby shower.
Oh, well, that's smart. That's
So we got a
brilliant.
fishing guide. Yeah.
That's brilliant.
So actually, the funny story is, the bike you bought,
Uh-huh.
the money of that, because that was half my bike, half his bike.
Uh-huh.
When we said we would save, well, it's in my bank account. We said we would save that for a trip. 'Cause we're a couple normal dudes. I'm not spending $600 on a guide normally.
Yeah.
So we just put it, and then so we put that towards that.
Nice. Oh, so you're getting a guide. You're going.
Oh,
out with a
full
guide.
on, yeah, like flats boat, the whole shebang.
Nice.
So there's a flood tide. This is probably for the other part. There's a flood tide. Flood tide's perfect for redfish in the marsh.
Yep.
For tailing redfish. And that's all she
You're
wrote.
going to do it.
Oh
Good deal.
man, I'm excited.
Okay, dokie, Joe. You got anything else before we shut this down?
I
Anything
could
else
keep talking.
You forgot about?
There always is, but
That's it?
we are on a perfect hour.
Okay.
Hold on.
Giving
Trying
you
to
a
think
minute.
store stuff.
Giving you time to think about it.
Nothing really cool. They're literally like we're to a point right now where the bike websites like Bike Radar, Bike News, Cycling News, Bike Rumor, like Amazon cycling deal of the day. Like there's nothing to report
Yeah.
other than no one can get anything, which Bicycle Retailer Online has a forecast which basically says shops are screwed as far as new bikes. But
What about, do you think it's all going to be
We're not
fleshed
screwed.
out by holiday season, by spring? When do you-
spring will probably start being able to tell customers a shorter lead time to get bikes.
Okay.
But I'm starting to see backlog bikes looking at March for ETAs.
Okay.
The only thing I'm not real happy about is it's like everyone's going to hate me, but all these bike sites are talking about Amazon deals, this and that. I don't know. I'm still a big supporter of the bike shop.
Yeah.
Not everyone's going to go to a bike shop for everything. I understand that. I'm like that on the fishing side.
Yeah.
However,
Support your local bike
I
shop.
feel like the
people.
bike industry news should support the bike industry.
Good point.
So,
Well,
but bike industry is very known for shooting themselves in the foot a lot.
they will point at you and say, it's our job to report the news, and this is where the industry is
Yeah.
at. So,
And I'm sure there's a couple shops that have the Amazon thing set up, but
Yeah. Well, thanks everybody for listening to this episode of Mid-Atlantic Gravel Travel and Dirt. This is a listener-supported podcast by some incredible people on Patreon and or PayPal. You should find us there.
Paper
if you
Pal.
haven't yet. Our show can be found wherever you find your favorite podcast. Joey, how can folks get in touch with us?
they can come to my house in Solomons. They could check out our website at graveltraveldirt.com.
Go right outside this
No,
window.
I don't want to see some eyeballs
Right
when I open
out
that blind. Be like Dennis Premsky. And be like,
He'd be up here.
yeah, and we're already pretty high off the ground. Instagram is at Mid-Atlantic GTD. I will miss your Instagram messages because I have 5 Instagram accounts. But the best way out of all of it, other than our YouTube live stream, is our phone to leave us a message is at 410-231-3850. Our YouTube channel is YouTube whatever. Just type in Gravel Travel Dirt.
You'll find it.
Mid-Atlantic Gravel. You'll find it. It's easy. I'm not going to...
Actually, it's got a weird custom URL because it was the old Bikepacking TV channel that I used to have, and you can't change your URL once you've set it.
You just type
Apparently.
in Gravel Travel Dirt.
Yeah, search for
I
us.
can find it.
Yeah, search for us. You'll find us.
Yep.
So Mid-Atlantic Gravel Travel and Dirt is recorded this week right here in Joey's kitchen. Thanks for riding along with us, everybody, and until next time, do good, be nice, go slow, respect others, and stay healthy.
Love you. Bye.
Love you, bye. Shutting down the recording. Huge thank you to all of our chatters in the
Chatty
live
Cathy's in there.
streams. Josh, Ron, Ted, Zach, thank you for the race report. Will, going back up the list, y'all are the best. And we will talk to you next week. Bye-bye.
Love you. Bye.